Want to see the face behind your beer? Meet Phil Harris, the new assistant brewer at the Lander Brewing Company.
Well, I started homebrewing about 4 years ago maybe, and got real serious into that.
And that home brewing is what led him to work for the Wyoming State Brewing Company in Casper. During his 2 years there, Phil and fellow brewer Ty Martinez increased the volume and production of beer and even created some award-winning recipes.
This spring, I was kind of ready to move on and find something else, and found out that Ted needed an assistant here, so I've been wanting to work here for a really long time.
Master brewer Ted Briggs says Phil is the perfect fit for the Lander Brewing Company team.
Phil's a really good addition to the team. He has a lot of great practical experience that he brings with him. He's very mechanical, so on that side is really helpful. And we work really good together, so I think it's going to be a really good team.
Besides being new to the crew, Phil's looking forward to becoming part of a community he truly enjoys.
I've always liked Lander. I would come here most weekends to come rock climbing, spend time in the Wind Rivers and whatnot. So I grew up in small towns. I like the kind of small town community, so I've always been a fan of the beer here too.
So you've got to ask, what is his favorite beer from the Lander Brewing Company?
I'd say the Rock Chuck Rye, indeed. Yeah, that's the one.
The reason behind adding an assistant brewer to their crew is the recent expansion to meet their growing demand.
We've added 2 new tanks, which actually doubles our output, and we added on a grain storage room, and we're now crushing our own grain. We bought a mill and an auger system. So with this expansion, it was just too much for me to do by myself anymore.
Distributing throughout Fremont County as well as Jackson Hole and Cody, the expansion allows the Lander Brewing Company to go from producing 14 barrels of beer a week to 28 barrels a week. But summertime sales reach an all-time high, selling 35 barrels around the 4th of July.
So if you do the math, we've got to get ahead, and we're starting that now by brewing as much as we can, getting as much as we can in the tanks and kegs, so that when we have that huge demand, we can fulfill it.
During the summer, these brewers plan on working up to 10 hours a day, 6 days a week.
It is actually a lot of hard work. It's not all just sitting around drinking beer.
This is Victoria Fregoso reporting for County10.com.